town before the clock runs out. Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then
Hi, and welcome to Run Tall with Tim. I'm Tim. Thanks for being here. I always appreciate the time that you and I get to spend together, so thanks for tuning in. And I hope wherever you are that you're happy, healthy, and staying safe. On today's video, I'm going to be recapping weeks 14 and 15 of our marathon training program, or what I've been calling the Road to Bayshore. Oh, but before I get into it too far, I do want to let you know about some content that's coming to the channel that I'm really excited about. On Tuesday, I'm going to post a video. It's all about how I film myself when I run. Now, this is the most frequently asked question that I get, how I get some of that run footage. So be sure to come back on Tuesday and tune in for that. I think you're really going to enjoy it. And I'm featuring the Insta360 Go-To Action camera. It's one that I often use when I'm out running. I also have some great shoe reviews coming for you. It's the Hoka Speedgo 5, as well as the Puma Velocity Nitro 2. All right, so let's talk about weeks 14 and 15 of our marathon training. It's been a fun couple of weeks, and there's a lot to go over, so let's just get to it. So weeks 14 and 15 ran from May 9th through May 21st. Now with May 9th, that started out with doing an easy run, and then we followed up that with some intervals, and then another easy run, and then we finished out week 14 with a long run. For week 15, we started the week off doing some intervals, and then we went to a threshold run, and then an easy run, and then we ended the week with a long run. Now, to get all of that done and accomplished, I had to use a variety of different training methods. So I started out on a treadmill, and I did use the lever system for some of these workouts. I also went out to my local state park, and I did a little bit of trail running, and I also did some road work in the shoes that I intend to wear on the marathon next weekend. Now, you can connect with me on Strava to get the details on all of the different workouts that I just mentioned, but I'm going to highlight just a couple of them. I don't want to go through all of them because I think it might be a little bit boring, but just talk about maybe one from week 14 and one from week 15. But the big question mark that's been looming over my head, at least since the first week in April when I got injured, is whether or not I thought I would be healthy enough to even attempt the marathon, to go that distance, which is now just 6 days away. But I really have gotten a lot of encouragement and hope this last week because, the two longer runs that I did, both of which were about 10 miles, I ran in the Nike Next Percent 2, which is the shoe of choice for me to run the marathon here in just 6 days away. And, it felt pretty decent. It felt pretty comfortable. At the end of each of those, I did have a little bit of ankle discomfort, but nothing that was overly concerning. And it more or less just went away after about a day. So I think I'm going to be good to go. And I'm going to give it the college try next weekend. All right, so I'm going to kick it to myself. Now, this is footage that was shot in my car on the way out to my local state park to do the long run for week 14. Now, I apologize. The audio isn't terrific, so just kind of bear with me. It's the long run. We're going out to get it done here at my local state park. It's Sleepy Hollow State Park, if you're familiar with Michigan at all. Tons and tons of nature trails. So much fun to be out here. I'm going to try to treat my feet to a little extra plushness today. So I pull out my New Balance More V3s. They're not a trail shoe, but they've got a lot of cushion, and that's what I need right now. And these are old. I got hundreds of miles on these already, so I don't have any qualms at all about bringing them out here and maybe trashing them out at the state park with some muddy trails, and they should do fine. I've had them out here before in slightly drier weather conditions, but I think they'll be just fine. And I'm trying to just take it a little bit easy on my ankle and on my shins as I continue to heal and recover. Hopefully, I'll be ready to go here in a couple of weeks, at least well enough where I can run the marathon and not risk, injuring myself, at least not in more than I already am as I work through the recovery phase. It's a 2-hour workout plus 10-minute cool down, so an hour at a slow, easy pace, which I'm going to try to do. I'm going to honor that the best I can today because I'm going to be out on the trails anyway, so it's always a slower pace. The last hour is supposed to be at marathon pace. I'm just going to do the best I can. I'm going to put forth the marathon effort. I'll say that. I don't know what the pace will be, and I'm not worried about that, to be honest. And then I'll end it with just a 10-minute cool down. Hopefully I'll be close back to my vehicle. Sometimes I don't judge it quite right on the distance or the time when I'm out running the trails. But at the end of the 10 minutes, if I need to, I'll just cool down and walk. I've got some GoRun with me today. That was a suggestion from one of you guys, so a big shout out there. I'm gonna take one right before I start, and then I'm gonna take another one at 5 miles per your guys' suggestion. And then I also have a Hoka with me, so I'm gonna probably take that as well. So I'll take one at 5 miles and another one at 5 miles. I suspect I'm only going to go maybe 13, 14 miles, but I still want to get into that habit of practicing what I plan to do here in a few weeks. And I got my hydration vest from Nathan that I'm going to take out with me because I'm out at the state park. There's no place for me to get a drink. And that does really well. Plus I have some places I can haul stuff too. So, I'll be packing, be kind of a pack mule today. So I got to have a place to keep my keys. And when I'm out at the state park, oftentimes I do like to take my cell phone with me, just because safety reasons. Who knows what could happen out there, but if I have my cell phone, then it could be easily found. So that's where I'm at, guys. So I'm going to go out and try to get it done, and we'll let you know how it goes. Oh, what a great day to be out today. The sun is shining. It is warm, above average in terms of temperature here. Maybe even just a little bit too warm, to be honest. Got to see a lot of deer today out on the trails. That was a lot of fun. A lot of mud that I had to go through. I had to balance across logs more than once, jump down trees. It was quite an adventure, but a lot of fun. My legs, my ankle, everything kind of feels a little beat up, to be honest. So for my cool down, I normally just jog, but today I decided to just stop the workout and walk it and kind of stretch things out a little bit, and that feels pretty good. And I finished up what water I had left in my hydration pack. I think I'm going to be back on the lever system probably next week, maybe the whole week, and give my legs a little bit of a break, give my ankle a break, that kind of thing. But still try to keep my cardio up. That lever system works really well. The one issue I had with it is, after about maybe the 5th or 6th time, my hip flexors got a little sore. So I was excited to get out here and just try to see what things were going to feel like, out on the trails. I was hoping that the softer surfaces, along with wearing a really comfy, cushy shoe, was going to do the trick, but it was still a lot of work, and my ankle does feel tight, I guess. Maybe just a little bit swollen, which, if it doesn't get too bad and I wake up tomorrow and it feels fine, then I think, I'll be pretty good chance I'll be able to run the marathon here in a couple weeks. I'm hoping, I'm certainly planning on it, unless something, goes awry. But otherwise, I'm going to keep pushing forward and looking forward to that start day. I did start out week 15 using the lever system, and that's because I was doing some interval work, and anytime that I'm doing speed work, I seem to run a higher risk of injury, or in this case, re-injuring myself, and I wanted to avoid that at all costs. And so using that body weight reduction system allowed me to get that workout done and get it in safely. And then the next 2 workouts I did out at my local state park. I ran them on the trails. It was doing some threshold run and then doing an easy run, and that went really well. I was using the Hoka Speedgoat 5s for that. Those are great shoes, by the way. Can't wait to do the review for those. And then I finished the week's workout with the long run that I did on Saturday, and it was rainy out. I was in the Nike Next Percent too, but they performed really well, and that helped build up a little bit of confidence that I'll be good to go next weekend. So let's go back out to Sleepy Hollow State Park, where I'm going to talk a little bit about that easy run that I completed for week 15 in the Hoka Speedgoat 5s. Finished up with my trail run. It was kind of a light duty trail run because this was an easy run day for today. We're in the taper. It is Friday. Tomorrow's a long run, but not as long as I've been. So it's only, hour and 20 minutes, something like that tomorrow. And I'll be back in the Nike Next Percent 2 tomorrow because I need to log a few more miles to make sure that those are the shoes I can wear on marathon day. But then I'll probably just set them aside because that foam will need time to recover, and I want them to be as fresh as they can be come marathon day, and I can't afford to go out and buy a fresh pair of shoes for that. So that's the plan. Today I was in the Hoka Speedgoat 5s, and I'm just kind of cooling down a little bit while I wander around and catch you guys up. But I will, I'm going to kick it back to myself. So for weeks 14 and 15, I had a lot of variety in the different workouts that I completed, using the treadmill, using the lever system, running some trails, as well as doing some road work. Overall, I was really encouraged and pleased with how it turned out. Hey, thanks for making it to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it for you. As always, run tall, run strong, be kind to one another, and we'll see you next time right here on Run Tall with Tim.
Sun is shining, but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wait.